Hi, I'm Mark Beck.
And I'm Stephanie Thompson.
And I'm Megan Solis. We're here with Remax Glacier Country, coming to you from Sunset Plaza in Kalispell, Montana.
And this is Selling Montana, a podcast about business, entrepreneurship, and real estate in Montana, more specifically the Flathead Valley. And we have a very special guest, as always, Rylee from Black Diamond Mortgage. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. It's fun time. So you are a mortgage professional. We've had a few mortgage professionals on here. We like our mortgage professionals. We like you guys.
I really like Rylee. We went to high school together.
We did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that connection there. That's cool.
Yes, we were in choir together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Flathead Choir.
so you're a singer.
I don't know if I would say that.
You were talking about karaoke podcasting. So now let's hear some acapella.
Yeah,
huh?
let's not. The next podcast.
The Black Diamond Mortgage rap.
Yeah.
I should come up with our own jingle.
Yeah, jingle. There you go.
There you go. So, but you've been in the mortgage business for how many years?
It's been like over 13 years.
Okay, so you're very experienced with mortgaging homes.
Yes, in lots of different areas. Yeah. I kind of started at the very beginning. I started at the very end and worked my way forward.
Okay.
So I've done a little bit of
Like
everything.
the end of the process.
Yes.
Yeah, explain that a little bit more. What do you mean by that?
So I started young, like working part-time, like after school and stuff. And it was like scanning files, helping with like the final docs, so final title policies and stuff like that. And then back when we had paper files, we don't have paper files anymore. Everything's digital. I would stack files and ship them and stuff like that. And then I just worked from there. So I was a funder, I was a closer, then I was a processor and a loan officer assistant. And because I worked for, like in this company, I worked corporately, we kind of wore a lot of hats all the time. So I did a lot of things.
Right.
And then I started originating.
Cool. And what's your favorite part of doing mortgage and for people, like with interaction with the customers? What's your favorite part?
Well, I love first-time home buyers. Okay. I feel like that's probably a lot of people's favorite part. It is so fun especially the people that have never, they're first-time home buyers, so they've never owned a home, and it's so fun to see them get into a home. And like when people think that they didn't think that they were ever going to be able to buy a home, and then like closing day, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I get probably as emotional as they do because it's just exciting.
I do the same thing. I go through all the emotions.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun too, like for the people that are going to start investing in real estate and they've never done that before, and they're going to start growing things out. That's really fun too, because they're growing their wealth and making it, generational wealth for their family through those investment properties and stuff. So
first time investor, that is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite client for sure.
I want to be that someday.
Yeah.
Same. A first-time investor.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I definitely would like to retire on investment properties. That would be nice.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
That's, you know what? It's completely possible, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us, we were talking about portfolios and growing wealth. What's your, what do you like about doing that for people?
Well, I think it makes, so with me, my big thing was that I have, I'm the average person. And so there was a time in my life where, just like everyone, I lived paycheck to paycheck. And it was always, concerned about like, what if the car breaks down? What if so-and-so breaks their arm and then we have to go to the doctor? How are we going to pay that bill? And as you grow out your portfolio, you have that income coming in that you don't really have to think about. Yeah. And it's really nice to not have to live paycheck to paycheck and be able to have this thing that's bringing in income.
Sure. Yeah, having the mailbox money. And then I think a lot of people, might forget this or not think about this if you're not an investor, but the flip side being after you've owned the property for quite some time and you've gained appreciation over the years because it's a long game. Now you have the ability to borrow against that. You don't have to sell the property. You can borrow against that to purchase another property. So the key is just getting your foot in the door, right? And then so the first deal is always the hardest. And then the second deal's easier, the third deal's nothing, and then people just want to give you money, and they want you to keep buying apartments or whatever it is, that you're doing.
Totally.
I haven't reached the part where people want to give me money, but that sounds nice.
Oh yeah. I haven't reached that either, but I know some people that are there where people want to invest money with you to go invest it for them, because it's like, oh, you know what you're doing, so here we'll give you the capital.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So you're a homeowner, correct?
I am a homeowner.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So my husband and I bought our first home in 2012. So we were pretty young, and we got a really good deal. 2012, unfortunately, because of 2008, there were a lot of homes that were foreclosed on and whatnot. So we did buy a house that had been foreclosed on. And so we got a pretty good deal, but also a lot of those foreclosed homes, for example, our home didn't have any appliances. They tore out everything in the closets. We had to replace lighting and all sorts of things. So even though a good deal, we had to then also spend additional funds too.
A good deal, I always say a good deal always has a cost to it. And it's just, you just don't always know it up front sometimes. And, if it's too good to be true, or if it's a really good deal, it means that you got to bring something to the table, right? You got to bring your own appliances in that case.
Yes, we did.
I just thought I'm going to use that for my negotiating today. I have somebody that can't decide if they want to buy this brand new house or not. If you want the good deal, it's down the road, but it's not brand new.
It's not brand new.
There's always a price.
There's a cost to a good deal.
There is, yeah. And the home that we bought was older, and we knew we were looking for our forever home, and we knew this house is going to need lots of updating. It was built in the 70s. When we moved in, the countertops were blue and pink.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love. Is it a 70s house?
Yes, it was built in 1972.
Yep.
So it needed everything needed updating.
Yeah, I'm a 90s baby. I'm born in 91. I'm young. So I totally missed the 70s.
Well, I
by
did
a long
too,
shot.
Well, I think we all did. What are you calling us, old?
Yeah, geez.
No. I'm not saying that anyone here is old. I'm just saying that I'll rephrase that. We missed the 70s, right?
Thank God.
Why? Like some of those concepts of like what was beautiful and what was in style.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Who was thinking of
Wearing shag carpet. And
the shag carpet.
Oh my gosh.
Blue bathtubs I've seen.
I would really like to see some orange shag carpet come back.
it might. I mean, some weird things make a comeback. So.
I know.
Yeah.
Retro.
Yeah.
Vintage.
There's like green and blues are coming back of all sorts of different cupboards, tile.
That's true.
I've seen. Yeah.
So you still own the home you bought?
Yeah, so I still own the home that we bought. It was it was a house it was actually 2 parcels. So we had 5 acres total. This house needed tons of updating, and we've slowly just used that home to grow our portfolio essentially. Yeah. So we when we bought it, like I said, we were just like everyone else, living paycheck to paycheck. We used over the years, we used that property to pay off debt, and to a point where we don't have a lot of debt now. And then we were able to use the equity in that home also we're currently completely remodeling the entire thing. Mm-hmm. We are remodeling the garage, and we actually are adding an apartment. So we'll have an
accessory dwelling unit.
Yeah, an accessory dwelling unit. And then
you'll have your first investment.
Yes,
technically.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then with the land, we also were able to use equity in the house to split some of the property, and we sold an acre, and then we were able to take the funds from that acre to do more things. And then we still have this second parcel.
Yeah.
And so we'll be building on that eventually someday as well.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's and you really timed it perfect, obviously. Like 2012 was a great time to purchase.
And now's a good time to refinance and
now's a good time to refinance and take out cash. Are people how are you seeing that right now? Are people still doing cash out refis? And
So yes, because I have recently done a cash out refi, and a lot of people refinance during the COVID boom because rates were so low, which was smart for people to do. But there are still those people out there that have acquired debt and they're paying super crazy interest rates on credit cards or whatever, or car loans, or whatever. And it still does make sense for them to take some cash out, pay those things off, and they are paying less now.
And the value of their house is up still higher than ever.
Yeah. So it helps with just, everyday cash flow so that they are not putting everything, all their funds into paying bills.
Well, and it's such a smart way to get money to like consolidate debt too. Like if you have a credit card that has a 22% interest rate versus a mortgage with even a 5 or 6% rate. Like, I mean, the amount of interest you're paying is just astronomically higher on the credit card.
Right. And things happen. I don't think anybody gets a credit card and plans on maxing it out. But stuff happens, and then they're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to pay off this credit card.
Not true.
And so it takes, having that equity and be able to take some cash out is really helpful.
Tell us about some of the stuff you do in the community. You do quite a bit. You volunteer.
So I help with the Columbia Falls swim team. My son, one of my sons is a swimmer. So we recently just hosted our home swim meet. So Black Diamond Mortgage sponsored the concession stand. And so it was able to give funds back to the team, which is great because they're a nonprofit. It's actually also an amazing program for swimmers. It's a way, because a lot, like all the other swim teams are great teams and everything, but not everybody can afford them. They're expensive. So the Columbia Falls Summer Swim League makes it possible for kids to get on a swim team, and it's super affordable. And we get to travel all over the state of Montana, which is our favorite part. We get to go to all these small Montana towns that you would never imagine going to. Like, I had never been to Fort Benton.
And you would never imagine that they have a huge pool.
No, you would never imagine that they have a huge pool. I love Fort Benton and Hamilton and Conrad and all these fun little towns.
Yeah. I've never been to Fort Benton. I've been to Phillipsburg. I've done the, sapphire mining stuff there. I do love traveling to small Montana towns. Like if you have a chance to do that, like definitely do it.
You should check out Fort Benton.
Okay.
It's one of
is
my
that
favorites.
the one? Is it right by there's like Hinsdale and then Glasgow and then
Glasgow.
I don't know if it's
Fort
near
Benton over there.
Glasgow. I think it's not very far from Great Falls.
Glasgow's in the northeast section. It's right on
kidding. There's another fort
border
something over there.
North Dakota.
Never mind.
I'm sure.
I have no idea. But it's a really fun little old town. So they have some like cool, it's on the river, and they have a cool like old hotel that probably, I don't know how long it's been there, but it's you can stay right there on the river.
I was going to say a red light hotel.
Yeah, hopefully not a red light hotel. But
More haunted than red light.
I don't know what the red light district is in Fort Benton. But
Have you been to Butte?
I've been through Butte, but I've never spent any time in there.
Oh, you've got to do the Butte. Hopefully they do a swim meet there, and go to Butte and do the underground tours, like the underground. They have double-decker sidewalks. Yep, double-decker sidewalks. So you go underground and you walk the street underneath the street, essentially, and there's shops and stores underneath.
Really?
Basement stores, and a lot of them were speakeasies. So you would go in, because that was during Prohibition, and you would go into like this barber shop, and there was this massive safe, and it's like they don't have that much cash. They've got a giant safe. We open it up, and it had a false door, and it let you down into a speakeasy.
Wow,
that's crazy. There's one in Havre too.
Really?
And that one, there was a fight in the saloon there and over a girl, literally, and one guy burned down the whole town, and they made it a thing that you couldn't rebuild unless you did in brick, and it was really expensive then. And so they built the whole town underground.
Wow.
Because they couldn't afford the brick. So they have a whole town underneath Havre.
I feel like
Same
I
thing,
need
red
to
light
do
district, barbershop,
Yeah.
everything.
I know. I'm like
so
wanting
fun.
to plan a
It's
trip
cool.
now.
Yeah, I
The-
need
know.
an
It's
underground Montana trip.
Yeah. The Butte
I
underground
didn't know there was
trip.
one in Butte. That's cool.
The history of Butte is just insane because it had electricity prior to it was electrified before New York City was.
Whoa,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was. I think it's one of the first electrified cities in the country. And because
That's
all
crazy.
of the
Montana, of all
copper
places.
Copper
was coming
the
to
mining
create
and the
electricity,
railroad
to run
and-
line
yeah.
for electricity. Yeah, yep. And they had 3 shifts of miners and 3 shifts of prostitutes. It was like nothing you've ever seen. Sorry, we might have to cut that out.
Family show, Mark.
Take the tour. Take the tour. It's really
Maybe we should call
amazing.
them like
Over that.
ladies of the night or something.
Or graveyard. I don't know.
we had a shift of graveyard.
You had morning, graveyard, and evening.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever been to like Virginia City and over
No,
there?
I've always wanted to do
Those
that
are
because that's the
super
original
fun.
capital of Montana, isn't it? Virginia City.
I
thought it was.
don't
Yeah,
know.
it was.
Was it? Those are really fun. Those
Yeah.
are great family trips to go over there. And then the Lewis and Clark cabins are obviously right there too.
Yeah.
So that's a really fun trip.
Yeah, yeah. The anything Lewis and Clark. It's amazing that if you don't get out in Montana and like really tour it, like there's so much out there to learn, so much history
Well, yeah, I feel like probably tourists know more about Montana than I do.
than the locals. Yeah.
This is probably true.
Well, when we think about going on vacation, we think like, oh, let's go to Vegas or
Yeah,
Hawaii.
Where the sun is
Yeah.
for more than 3 months.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I would love to go to Butte. I've never done that. I always wish that they would do an underground tour here because we have all the underground tunnels and stuff too.
Really? We do in Kalispell?
Really?
Yeah, like from the Conrad Mansion, and they go all like if you go into a lot of the places like on Long Main Street in the basement, the tunnels have been like covered now, but you could go through them. You used to be able to.
What?
I didn't know this.
I actually did not know that
No,
about
I
Kalispell.
didn't know that.
See, this is why
That's
we
crazy.
people would want to do underground tours in Kalispell.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What the heck? Gotta
Yeah.
get Tony Brockman on that.
I know. We got to get Tony Brockman to
City
That's a
planning
great
and zoning.
idea.
bring back the
Let's call him
Underground
right now.
tours.
the underground tour. Yeah.
Totally.
Or just open it up so we can like transit that way because traffic's getting a little
Oh my
bad,
gosh.
right? Like I'm
That's
taking the
Locals
tunnel.
only in the tunnels.
Does
Yeah,
White-
locals only.
Does Whitefish have an underground? Because that would be great.
I don't think so because Whitefish has such a high because it used to be Stumptown, right? And they
Yeah.
have a high water table because it was a swamp.
So
what
we
it is.
can't bypass the traffic is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's good. It's a swamp. That's what it is. That's what it's turned into.
Wha-
too.
well, Whitefish, it always has been a swamp. Like it's a very wet area.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
true.
That's why they have such bad roads and pothole problems because the ground is like falling out from underneath it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that must be why they
Good.
had trouble with the parking garage too sinking.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
never wanna
Casey's
park
was
in there.
Casey's was
No.
sinking as they built it. That's why they have
Oh,
all
thank you.
those troubles.
I didn't know the parking garage was sinking. I
Yeah.
will not be parking there either. That's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that was a rabbit trail.
So okay, back to the philanthropy. One of my favorite parts about Black Diamond Mortgage is Tires for a Change. Are you guys gonna keep that going? Is there a plan to do that?
Yeah, so I didn't know about Tires for a Change until recently because I didn't start at Black Diamond until May
Okay.
of this year. So I'm still new there. So I don't know the answer to that question, but I've heard about it and I think it would be a really cool program to bring back.
We love to participate in it. It's really fun. You get to purchase tires
Yeah.
for people that really, really need them, and they're like, I can't get winter tires on
Right.
my car this year. And
if,
so,
if you're donating, you get to help choose who gets them too.
Yeah.
yep.
which is cool.
We get to pick the recipient. And, as cool as Dave sends us like a list of people that apply and we go through and then it's fun. You get to meet them, you get to shake their hand, get a picture with them. And in the past, he did some high level production for it. He did some videos and marketing
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really cool. So I hope you guys do.
Yeah. I'll talk to Dave and Maria about it.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it's a
I
good
have to
program.
imagine they would keep that going.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I remember the first time I had to buy snow tires, and I was just like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
I have tires on my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those hidden expenses of Montana. It's like, oh, okay, now it's time to get all the winter equipment out.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, I can't just use everything year round here. No, you can't.
And the prices have gone up so bad for rent in Kalispell, so people are living further and further out that are low income, and you cannot survive out there with.
Without winter
Yeah.
tires. No, you
I
can't.
also get really confused when there's like car dealerships and stuff that are selling 2-wheel drive vehicles. Because I'm like, where
I
are
know.
you
Why
going to
would
drive
you
that?
ever buy that here? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think, some people they just don't have a choice, right? They got to buy
Yeah.
a front wheel
True.
drive vehicle. And
That's what they can afford.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we need some hefty snow tires.
Yes. So
And
hopefully
chains.
they do that program for
yeah,
sure.
tires for change. We'll try and get some links or whatever for the application and put that in the description here.
There you go.
Or if you want to donate, you can
Yeah, if
contact
you'd like to
Black
donate.
Diamond.
Yeah. I will find out what the plan is this winter. So, but we do a lot of fun events. So did any of you attend the branding iron that we just recently did?
No, I missed that.
yeah,
I wanted to go. I had a little bit of a family emergency that morning, but it's fine. But I RSVP'd. I'm so sad. It was really cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
So Black Diamond's really good about we just want to be a resource to everybody for free. Like, we doesn't matter like what, if it means business to the door or whatnot. We want to be helping everyone. So we just had the branding iron event.
Yeah.
And it was all about helping or teaching small businesses how to brand yourself and how to grow. And it was we had a really good turnout. It was at, is it Big Mountain Cider Works?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And
You
which
had
is a
the-
great
We
location.
love them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Locally owned.
Yeah,
Mhm.
locally owned. And we had like a panel of some local business owners that have been successful business owners there. And they talked about what they do. Maria facilitated that and asked questions and stuff to them. And they got to share with everybody. And then we had another speaker there that was kind of led it and talked about all of that, all the branding, how to brand yourself and social media. And it was a really good event. And I even got great information from it. So, and those events are free and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man, I'm bummed I missed that. Is there going to be any follow up to it? Like a second one, or like accountability? Like, hey, have you done the branding that we, have you put all the tools to work in the training?
yeah. So we try to do something monthly. So I don't know what August is going
Okay.
to be yet, but there will be a event, I'm pretty sure, in August. So yeah, look, I'm sure I'll be sharing the link on social media.
Share it, please.
Yeah.
We'll look for it. I'm only gone one weekend in August, so I should be able to. One week in August, so I should be around.
We'll make sure to schedule it around your schedule.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I'll send you my schedule over and then pick from there.
You
Yeah.
might be in Butte Underground. So
Yes, that'd be great.
Cool. Yeah. Well, anything else that you'd like to tell us?
Come to Black Diamond, get pre-approved, do all the things.
Yeah, absolutely. That's super important, being pre-approved. Even still now, like people are, it's still a tough market for buyers. It's not, especially certain price ranges. It hasn't really cooled off, and under 500,000 has not cooled off one bit. So.
Yeah, and I think the thing that people don't realize about getting pre-approved is it's just a great, no matter what, even if you're not going to buy a home today, it's a great tool to have in your back pocket to just know, okay,
that it's possible.
Or what does it take to make it possible? Maybe I need to save a little bit of money, or maybe I need to work on my credit for a couple months. And it's better knowing now than trying to find out when you're actually you have to move and you need to buy a house. And now you're trying to hustle to get it done where you could have had, 3 to 6 months to be working on something.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity too, that even if they're not mortgage ready, if they get pre-approved for you, you can get them right on the right path and give them the coaching and financial counseling they need to.
Yeah, and it's free. It's free to just come talk to a loan officer, and they want to help you. So
Yeah, of course. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming, and we really enjoyed having you.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
All right.
I learned all about Butte.
Yeah, absolutely.
Montana history.
All the things that go around in Marksburg.
You never know with me, right?
That's what makes it fun.
Oh, man. Well, thank you very much for watching and listening. If you would please subscribe, hit like, hit share. We would love to gain more audience. Thank you very much.